we are continuing on. We are currently in the middle of the Dream Chaser cycle at the Drowned Ruins. Hey, Jared, how's it going? Good morning. Good morning. We're in the middle of the Dream Chaser with the Drowned Ruins. And I think Captain Sahir is about to betray us again, unfortunately. Then, yeah, it's like my lights are off behind me to fix that. So I have not played this, and so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be building the deck and then going through and playing this scenario, modifying the deck if we lose, and then keep going until we win. If we do win, we're going to be able to open up the next pack, which is a Storm on Koba's Haven. And whether we win or lose regardless, we have the Defenders of Gondor, which is our final deck, our final starter deck that we have yet to unbox. So we will be unboxing this regardless, and if we get the victory today, we're going to also be unboxing a Storm on Koba's Haven. I'm pretty excited. I'm also here. I think I'm going to be able to film my next recorded game today. It depends on how long the stream goes, but I'm pretty pumped about that as well. So we do have a scenario that looks like it's going to be a lot of questing. We've got the Grotto, which has 15 quest points, and then we're going to be adding in some of these these Grotto locations, which when they flip gets really nasty. They're pretty high quest points, and we're not going to actually know what they are going to be before we flip them, and we flip them by traveling to them. Yeah, so while an underwater location is the active location, players cannot play attachments or allies, and that is on both stages of the quest. So we do have to be kind of careful on how and when. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's a lot of questing. It's a lot of questing, because yeah. Hold on, I have to sneeze. Oh, we're good. Okay. So I'm trying to think of where we want to go with the deck. We have a couple of options with somebody who requires a high questing. I'm just kind of like leaning in, and I don't think I've played it recently. I'm thinking of a Voltron Aragorn deck. That's kind of where I'm leaning. And specifically, we could do leadership. We could do a Loragorn. I feel like Loragorn sounds fun. A Loragorn. I'm thinking that is gonna be, that sounds kind of fun. We've been doing a lot of Sylvan stuff, and so I do think Sylvans would counter this quest fairly effectively, but I'm feeling about trying something else. And honestly, what's happened the last couple times I've said this, we got beaten into the ground, and then we've gone with Sylvans regardless. So so we've got that. Let's go ahead and grab Loragorn. So he is a 12 cost 2/3/2/5 Sentinel, which does not really matter in our situation. But he also has the action that's a refresh action, and once per game, we can lower our starting threat to lower our threat to our starting threat level. So that can get us out of a sticky situation. And when I say Voltron Aragorn, I mean to grab cards like Sword That Was Broken, the Celebrian Stone, and all of those fun attachments that make Aragorn just incredibly powerful. Now, we can't play attachments while there's an underwater location as the active location, so we do have to be a little bit cognizant of that, but we also can't play allies. And so if we have an underwater location active, I probably don't think I don't think we want to actually be doing much while that we want to be blitzing through that. So the two main things that we probably want here are the Celebrian Stone. This is going to give +2 willpower to the attached character, and if it's Aragorn, which it will be in this deck, Aragorn gets the spirit resource icon. So I'm thinking that we are going to go leadership, lore, spirit, but we could also cut out, actually I don't think I want to cut out any of those. Because we have Hey, Catastrophic, how's it going? Good morning. Good morning. How's it going, Orion? How you doing? How's everyone doing? The only thing that I have to say about cutting tactics out, which is that fourth sphere, is it does feel like there's a good amount of combat, so we'll have to just be cognizant of that, which shouldn't be too challenging. We've got Sword That Was Broken. I'm gonna grab Steward of Gondor as well, because Steward of Gondor is very decent. Let's go ahead and grab Sneak Attack. Snowborn Scout is actually really good because we need to be placing a lot of location or a lot of progress out here. Grab Sneak Attacks. Glad to see some gameplay of Lord of the Rings. Since I did mention I'm pretty much new to it. Oh my gosh, yes. I'm so happy. Yes, it's finally happening again. So how new to it are you? When you say you're new to it, are you doing all the revised package stuff? There's Sword That Was Broken. Hey, Orion, thank you for the subscription with Amazon Prime. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Yes, thank you. And that's my old logo. That's fun. It's all those little things that you notice every once in a while when they pop up. Thank you so very much. I feel like playing Lord of the Rings will make me actually good at deck building. I kind of just fuddle through deck building at this point. Lord of the Rings, if you want to stretch your deck building creativity muscles, that Lord of the Rings is the game to do it. Let's think about our starting character, our leadership hero. I'm thinking we have Denethor. Denethor starts with 2 additional resources. We can move 1 resource from Denethor's resource pool to another Gondor hero. And that can work because once we get Steward of Gondor onto Aragorn, he gains the Gondor trait. And therefore, we can start passing resources from Denethor over to Aragorn, which is something interesting. It's also kind of a newer character, Denethor is for us. And so I feel like I'm a little bit biased in that sense to grab the leadership Denethor. Jared, Denethor is great here. First turn Sword That Was Broken with only 1 leadership hero. Yeah. I'm thinking Denethor. He's also not that expensive. He only costs 8. He's got a pretty nice defense of 3, and so we got a couple. I mean, they're not horrible. They're not horrible. The attack values here are not awful. Catastrophic. I picked up the core, the starter decks, dwarves and such, and the fellowship sweet. Also the Agmar camp. That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, I'm so excited for you. Yeah, we're gonna grab Denethor and since Denethor. And then since we are probably wanting just a dumb amount of questing, let's go and look at our spirit, which is where a lot of that comes from. Didn't we just get a new blue hero? Lanwin. After an encounter card with Surge is revealed, either ready her or give her +2 willpower until the end of the phase. Do we have a lot of Surge? Not seeing any Surge. There's 1 Surge. Not a lot of Surge. I think it'll take some time to get used since you're juggling 3 heroes instead of my usually 1 with solo champions. Yeah. And that's a huge part of it, right? Is understanding what those heroes, and then that they don't come with any cards. It's just you're building a deck from scratch with 3 heroes. You're building effectively a 53 card deck. Because you have to choose your heroes as well. We could go really low and go with that classic Frodo Aragorn combo, where Frodo, after he is damaged, can cancel the damage and raise our threat by the amount of damage I would have been dealt. That's really nice when you combine it with Aragorn, you can reset your threat, and so you have a little bit of play there. That gives us a starting willpower of 5, which is pretty low. It's not the highest. Yeah, from scratch the part definitely intimidates me. I think the base 15 cards and champions let me deck build with some sort of starting place. Yeah. It's tough. I'm not gonna lie. Deck building in this game can be pretty tough. We have Glorfindel, we have Arwen, we have Eowyn. Honestly, Eowyn may be the right call here to just go with that 4 willpower. I do like the security that Frodo gives us, but I'm not sure if starting with a 5 willpower is really where we want to be. But I bet the freedom of deck building in Lord of the Rings is bar none, right? I mean, out of the LCGs, yeah, 100%. Because I think it's the only LCG that like doesn't necessarily restrict what cards you can put in, right? Like Arkham has, you can only include cards from this aspect when you pick your investigator. Marvel, you choose an aspect, whereas here, do whatever you want, really. You have control over when you go underwater, so you'll have time to build your willpower. Okay, that's good to know. And if I'm running sword that was broken, I don't think I'm gonna need the 4. I'm gonna go with Frodo just because it's the fun combo, one of the first combos we were running once we got Aragorn. But Frodo also just gives you the security, and I do like Frodo when we're not running tactics, because Frodo kind of solves our defense problem, and we just like change it into a threat problem, which Loragorn fixes and also Spirit can fix. I will say that I kind of shelved Lord of the Rings because of that intimidating deck building, but Champions has given me some confidence. Nice, good. Yeah, I would also say that like the way that I learned how to deck build for Lord of the Rings is I just went to Rings DB. I took a deck, and you can filter by like your collection. I took a deck, and then I was just sit there and I would modify that deck and change it, and that I think that's a pretty decent way of approaching that. Also, Lord of the Rings allies are really good, so just throw allies in the deck. I'm gonna grab a Gandalf. Well, a couple Gandalfs. I'm gonna go 3 Gandalfs. What's your favorite campaign? I'm really enjoying this one. I'm really enjoying this. I'm also really I loved Khazad-dûm. I think there are some decent deck lists included in the repackaged content. Oh, good. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I didn't realize that they were doing that. Let's grab the Spirit Suite, which is Test of Wills, Galadriel Greetings, and the Hasty Stroke. Make sure that there aren't. Discard an attachment you control. I hate that. It's probably worth running Hasty Stroke at that point. Are the pre-builts as bad as they are in Marvel Champions? No, the pre-built decks like the Gondor, like these pre-builts, they're actually really, really good. So no, the pre-built decks are fantastic actually. Alrighty, so we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 5. Let's grab a Master Craftsman. I guess 2 Master Craftsmen. Do they have... They don't have any will... They can defend, though. That's going to help us build a little bit quicker. Yeah, no, the pre-built decks are very nice. I'm looking for allies at this point. Do we have a... What's our Hobbit pipe do? Ah, new Sylvan. New Sylvan. But we had a pipe. Because I remember Bilbo. We got the ring. Attached hero gets +1 hit point for each artifact attachment attached to it. The deck lists and the saga boxes are decent and are easy to modify with whatever card you have. That's nice. Let's grab Ancient Mathems. We're going to be exploring a lot of locations. So let's turn that into card draw. Let's also grab Arwen, because Arwen is very, very nice. Whenever she quests, we get to give a defense to a hero. Probably be either Frodo or Denethor. Unexpected Courage probably is not helping too much. We got Bofur. Let's grab 2 copies of Bofur. Now we are going to be probably pretty rich in both the spirit and leadership sphere. And so I'm probably going to lean a little bit heavy onto those, mainly because we're going to be giving a hero Aragorn leadership and spirit. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And so let's continue to look here for those type of characters. Sam Gamgee. Reduce the cost to play Sam Gamgee by 2 if you control Frodo Baggins. That's enticing. After a player raises his threat, that player may spend 1 spirit resource to ready Sam. Let's grab Sam. I feel like we haven't played with Sam yet. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Didn't mean to hit the mic. Let's grab Sam. Also, just dropping him in for 1. I'm going to be very happy with that. I'm going to grab 2 copies of Sam. He's also a 2 willpower for 1. I'm very, very happy with that. Cheap allies with sword that was broken. Also, let's grab a Faramir. Let's just break the game. Because if we grab a Faramir, then now we're going to be giving all of our allies plus 2 willpower. And then if we just flood the field with allies, we're going to be able to do some work, which is going to be nice. Oh yeah, we have Glorfindel. I'm not gonna go to Glorfindel, but I do love it. Let's go ahead. Galadriel's Handmaiden. I mean, honestly, even outside the Sylvan, where she costs 2 willpower and she reduces our threat by 1 whenever we play her. I mean, I'll take that deal. Take that deal every single day. Scoop counter. Guessing you lose more in this game than you do in Marvel Champion. Yeah. Yeah. This game is brutal. Also, how's it going? Welcome. Sam is very good with a very good tail since you're playing for 1, but he has a cost of 3. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, let's definitely do that. I want to find my handmaidens first. That's really cool. I like that a lot. That's fun. So a very good tail. It's a 0-cost leadership card that says exhaust 2 allies you control. You shuffle your deck, discard the top 5 cards. You put up to 2 allies discarded by this effect into play under your control. The total cost of the allies cannot exceed the total cost of the allies exhausted to pay for this effect. So that's really, really clever. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We've got 7 cards left. We haven't even looked at lore stuff. Do we want anything in lore? Lore is kind of the one that I would potentially not lean into. We could go like with the Ent suite with Wandering Ents, but it's also like I think we're going to be using lore Deep Knowledge. Oh yeah, Deep Knowledge is really good because it's Doom 2. Each player draws 2 cards. But since we've kind of already solved our threat stuff, yeah. So let's go Deep Knowledge. We could go Deep Knowledge. We could also go with Darren's Ruins. I think I want to think about our leadership cards as well. Darren's Ruins is good. Deep Knowledge is pretty good too. Might get into this if there's a long wait until next Marvel Champions box, either this or Arkham. They're both are fantastic games. Both are absolutely fantastic games. The this one is way heavier into deck building. Arkham is way heavier into story building or story driven. But good stuff. Really, really good stuff. This one, this is my favorite out of the three. Lord of the Rings is so rewarding, in my opinion. Are there any leadership like toys that we want? I feel like the curve of the deck is not super high. Probably this then, since you love deck building. Oh yeah, if you like deck building, you're gonna absolutely thrive in this game. It is so rich. So rich. Test you a Dunedain hero, exhaust air to reduce the cost of the next Dunedain ally. Probably a different direction of deck building than I wanted to go. I'm gonna go with one sword that was broken. Let's just fill out with allies. How much do we have? 2, 4, 6, 8. Just two slots. We do have Snowborn. We have Faramir. I wish I'd known about this much about anything as you do any of the card games you play. I have played these card games what some would describe as an unhealthy amount of time. Oh jeez. We have Gimli. Gimli is kind of an interesting idea here with our leadership money, where it's a 4-cost 2/2/2/3. But after an enemy is revealed from the encounter deck, which there are a fairly decent number of enemies in the deck, we get to ready, and so it's effectively a free 3 once we have a sword that was broken out on the table, but then also a fairly robust defender. The other option I think would be Galadriel, just to help build out the attachment stuff. Do we want Unexpected Courage? I don't think we do. What do y'all think? Do we go Gimli or Galadriel? Galadriel is the 3-cost, 3 willpower. At the end of the round, discard Galadriel from play. After you play Galadriel, search the top 5 cards of your deck for an attachment of 3 or less. I'm starting to think it's actually Gimli because we do have Master Craftsman, which is already tutoring some of those attachments. And so I'm thinking we don't need to double up with Galadriel. Gimli? Sweet. I like it. Gimli! I love Gimli. Gimli is one of my favorite, like, Lord of the Rings characters. There you go. There's 50. Let's get it. It's not unhealthy if you're enjoying yourself and not betraying your loved ones or hurting yourself. That's fair. That's very fair. Yeah. Yeah. Making sure that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yep. Alrighty. I haven't played Loragorn in a long time. I haven't played Frodo in a while either. Our starting thread is going to be 1527. $27 right there. And let's go. I just sleeved your Lord of the Rings collection. About a third of your total amount of the whole game. So many sleeves. Yeah, that's what we would call a unexpected journey. No, I mean that's impressive. That's so many cards. That I started just sleeving the player cards when I use them in the deck for a first time, which also is kind of fun because I get to see what cards I'm not using. But it's an incredible amount of sleeves. Alrighty, 1A. Set Shrine of Morgoth aside out of play. That's where did I put? Oh, it's right there. Add the top 2 locations from the Grotto deck. Face up. Top 3 if there are 3 or more. So we've got 2 underwater grottos. This is our Grotto deck. These are double-sided locations. The top side is a grotto. The underside is a underwater. And a lot of the effects trigger off if the active location is in underwater. And whenever we travel to one of these locations, we can choose to flip it to its underwater side. The first player takes control of Captain Sahir, who is a 0025. Spoiler alert, he may betray us. So he gets +1 willpower, +1 attack for each resource on him, max +6. As an action, we can spend a resource to add a resource to him. And yes, he will betray us. This quest, the next stage is Sahir's betrayal. Cha, do you put your cards in a binder in numerical order or just randomly by color? Sphere. It's actually it's not random. It's like, if you look at, I do my heroes first, then I do allies, and then I go in ascending order of cost. Well, I have side quests, but then ascending order of cost, so 0. And a lot of the times I like to group cards that are typically used together. So like, here are Gondor cards, here's Rohan, here's like Sylvan, are things that have to deal with something. So Gondor, Gondor, Gondor. So that's kind of how I do it. What? No, so here's a stand-up guy. He would never betray us, just like Lord Alcaron. Yeah. There's a lot of betrayal in this game. Oh, there's Loragorn. I was like, everyone panic? Where did Loragorn go? Alrighty. While an underwater location is the active location, players cannot play attachments or allies. After a double-sided location is explored, add the top location from the grotto deck to the staging area, grotto side face up, and we cannot advance unless there are at least 3 underwater locations in the victory display. And these don't have victory on them. The opposite side does. I'm not going to flip it because then I would know what's happening. But so while the undersea grotto is the active location, reduce the cost of the first ally played by each player by 1. Then after you travel to undersea's grotto, you may flip it to its underwater side. So probably want to travel there because I like playing cheap allies. Oh, and then the last part of this is that the last player takes control of Miss Inn. Miss Inn is a 1/2/2/4, and while she attacks or is defending, while she is attacking or defending, we can spend 1 resource from her to give her +2/+2, and then action, we can spend a resource to give a resource to her. Setup, we're going to add 2 resources to Denethor, and we're off to the races. Nice. Yes, it's happening. Lord of the Rings. Ooh. I think I'm doing a Star Wars Unlimited event tonight at my local game store. I think we're playing Twin Suns. So I built my Twin Suns deck yesterday. I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, I'm really enjoying Unlimited. Falling down that rabbit hole. I played through the Age of Apocalypse campaign again. I played through it with Bishop, and I ignored the mission side schemes completely, except for the last one. You have to defeat the Save the Professor to win the campaign. So I did that one. But yeah, Bishop's really good. Star Wars Unlimited is amazing. It's very, very solid. And like, it's bittersweet that it's doing so well for them, right? Like, I love the fact that it's doing amazing for them, but it's also like, it's making it hard to find product. And they did just announce like a repackage or a reprint that should be done before the holidays, which is a long time away. But I mean, like, we'll have set 2 and set 3 by then but it's like, I want more. That's not saying that we're not going to have any product before the holidays. We're just on an allocation basis of product. And so we can still like run limited stuff. And that's kind of where they're targeting a lot of that product to go. Alrighty. Still not played SWU? Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Yeah. If you like deck building, SWU is pretty decent. SWU has some really cool deck building rules, I think. We get 6 cards. Ancient Matham. A very good tail. Galadriel's Greeting. Sneak Attack. Ooh, Arwen's nice. And a Hasty Stroke. I'm going to mulligan here. We got none of our building. We did get an Ancient Matham, which would get us there. Or could get us there, I should say. But Might as well just mulligan, right? Drafting is so much fun in Swoot. Yeah, I've only done one draft tournament. I've done, I think, 2 sealed. I like drafting a lot. Drafting was so much fun. Drafting was so much fun. I for the Unlimited Power League, which is like that progression league where we started with the starter decks and we're adding packs. I have a Krennic deck now. I've been running Krennic. I've been really liking Krennic, where he gives all your damage units +1 attack. And then he just like, it's just a heavy control, and it's oppressive to play against. Alrighty, we're stuck with this. We got, oh, that's fine. I'm fine being stuck with that. Test of Will is nice. Gladrium Greeting. Gandalf. Another Test of Will. And a Gimli. Alrighty. We'll pass out money. Oops. We'll draw into a Hasty Stroke. Let's go ahead and drop 2 for a Celebrian Stone on Aragorn. That's going to give him +2 willpower, but also the Spirit Resource icon. And so now we can play a Test of Will if we want to. We're going to save this resource here because we're going to need to ramp into Sword That Was Broken. And Sword That Was Broken now is a minimum 2 turns away. Now, we don't have a ton of card draw. We could draw with Gandalf. Honestly, I'm thinking Gandalf is either going to be triggered with damage or card draw. It kind of depends on where we're at. Gimli's nice. Your friend built a Tarkin deck control with all removal and just giant giant cards just based off beating my oh no. That's mean. That's so mean. I think we're gonna just sit here and we're kind of good right now. We could give a resource to Sahir or Miss N. I don't think I want to do that at this point. I'm fine with them just kind of hanging out. So let's go ahead and go into our quest. We're gonna quest for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And Miss N will quest for 1. We've got 7. We're showing 4. We're going to flip into Win Reveal. Each player chooses a card type and discards each card in his hand that is not of the chosen type. No cards are discarded by this effect. It gains Surge. We'll name attachment and just surge it into Throngs of Unfaithful. Surge. While it's destroyed, discard the bottom card of the engaged player's deck. If that card's printed cost is 2 or less, return it to the top of the encounter deck, and then that surges into, you cannot flip the active location this round. If the active location is underwater, resolve its forced effect. If there is no underwater active location, it gains Doomed 3. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty, we're gonna travel here. This guy will engage us. Does damage stay on Captain Sahir? Removing all tokens. Dang it. I was like, can we just like let Captain Sahir just do all the or take all the hits? Let's go ahead and block with Sahir on the attack here for 2 +0. The defense is fine. And then Denethor is going to poke him for 1. Read the treachery again. You did it backwards? The wrong one? Each player chooses a card type and discards each card in his hand that is not of the not of the chosen card type. We're just gonna play Test of Will then, and then none of this happens. Thank you. Good call. Thank you. Yeah, we're just gonna cancel it because I like all my cards. So that's there. We quested for 4 to 8, so we're gonna add 4. Okay. Thank you. We'll stand up. And 1, 2, 3, because we didn't do the Doom 3. but we'll increase our threat now. And we'll draw into a Deep Knowledge. Pass out some money. And let's go ahead and play Deep Knowledge. That's Doom 2. 1, 2. And draw 2 cards. Arwen and Faramir. Now, the first ally that we play each round is reduced by 1. So let's go ahead and use a Frodo to play an Arwen. And I think we're kind of good there. Getting Arwen on the table is pretty nice. So let's move into our quest phase. Got 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1. Now, we cannot progress until we have 3 underwater locations in the victory display, but we can still load this up with as many quest points so that we can immediately go. So we might as well quest hard. Arwen at this point is going to give a +1 defense to Captain Sahir. And our encounter card. Sea Scorpion gains +2 attack if the active location is underwater. It's a 2/2/2/4. So we quested for 9. We're showing 4. We're going to add 3 here. And so I assume this just goes into a discard pile over here, which will add the Cursed Cavern. After you travel to Cursed Caverns, you can flip it to this underwater side. After the players explore Cursed Cavern as the active location, each player may raise its threat by 2 to draw the bottom card of their deck. Nice. That was, we showed 4. We placed 3. That's 7. We're going to add 2. We are at 30. I'm thinking that do we want card draw or reduction of allies? It would be really nice to get like Gimli onto the table. I don't think we need Faramir quite yet. Card draw does sound good though. Let's get this. Let's go card draw. We're gonna engage here. I think you shuffle the location into the Grotto deck, but I'm gonna check. Oh, sweet, I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm gonna block with Captain Sahir for 3. Got 2. Discard an attachment you control. It's gonna be this Librian Zone, but we're gonna hasty stroke that so fast and not lose our stone. All right, we'll stand up. Increase our threat by 1. Now, remember, we do have the Loragorn effect, but I'm probably going to look to trigger that when we're in, like, the 40s. Draw into a Snowborn Scout. Alrighty. Nice. And we'll pass out some money. Let's go ahead and... Oh, it's not going to be -1. Just kidding. I am going to go here. Just kidding. Because I was like, then we can get Gimli on the table, but now we can actually get Gimli on the table. Okay. Yeah, shuffle back in. Sweet. Thank you. So this thing needs to go. I think we can defend with Sahir again for the 3. We can attack with... If we spend a resource to place 1 here, we can attack with 4, 5. No, we need 6. We can attack with Miss N and Gimli. Every quest does things slightly differently, so it's good to double check. Yeah, I super appreciate it. Thank you. So we're not going to quest with Gimli. I'm going to quest for 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. +1 defense to Captain Sahir. So that's 8, showing 3. I'm going to bump everything down just so we have a little bit more space. 8 showing 3. Add the top location from the grotto deck to the staging area and flip that location to its underwater side. This effect cannot be canceled. Well, there you go. I was like, I'm probably going to cancel that, but nope. Alrighty, we have the Sunken Temple. 3 threat, 10 quest points. While it's the active location, treat each attachment as if its printed text box is blank except for traits. If the Sunken Temple is the active location at the end of the quest phase, discard 1 resource from each objective ally in each hero's resource pool. Then you can flip it to its grotto side. Jeez. Those are mean. Alrighty. So we quested for 8. We're showing 5. We'll place 3 here. Which we'll shuffle this back in. We'll add the top, which is the underwater grotto again. And we are looking at... I'm going to go here. We will defend with Captain Sai here against the attack of 2. This attack destroys an ally. Place that ally on the bottom of its owner's deck, so it does not. Then we will swing back with a Gimli and a Miss In +2. Oof, that's rough. For a sword that was broken, at least you included Faramir in the deck. That's true, yes. Faramir is... That is tough. That's going to take him out. Alrighty. Increase our threat and ready, everybody. We'll draw a card, which is Master of the Forge. There he is. Now let's go hunting. Let's go fishing. Spend 2 from Aragorn's pool to play Master of the Forge. We're going to go ahead and exhaust to search the top 5 for a attachment. Boo, no attachment. So we'll shuffle. Sunken Temple, they have a lot of quest points. Holy cow. That's kind of wild. Okay. I kind of don't want to play Snowborn right now. Mainly we're kind of shore up on defense. I don't need the 1 progress token, and if we play Snowborn, we're like 3 rounds out of dropping a sword. I would like to get or a steward. They don't want a lot of cheesing with Asphaleth and Northern Tracker, I guess. Yeah, I like Asphaleth a lot. So in that case, we're just going to move directly into the quest phase. We're going to quest for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. We're going to go ahead and use Gimli for 1, 2. That's 8. Arwen is 1, 2. We're going to give the +1 defense to Captain Sahir over here. And that's going to be 10. And we're going to be good with that. We're showing 5. Yeah. Flip into the Drowned Dead. When the Drowned Dead attacks and destroys an ally, place that ally on the bottom of the owner's deck. And it shows 2. So that's 7, meaning we'll place 3. Okay. This engages. We'll block with Captain Zahir for 4 to 3. We'll take 1 damage. Oh, and Gimli readies because we revealed an enemy. So we're going to go 2, 4, 5. Actually, I could spend a resource. I'm going to spend a resource from Frodo to give it to Miss N. And then I'm going to spend that, which will then take out the drone. Nice. Okay. We're getting built. We're getting built. Master of the Forge needs to go fishing again. I'm thinking Master of the Forge is going to catch something this round. So let's increase our threat and ready, everybody. Hey, there's a steward. Let's freaking go. Now we're talking. We'll pass out some money. Let's see what Master of the Forge brings us. We got a Beaufort, Greeting, Handmaiden, Sam, Sneak Attack. So no go. So what I think I'm going to do is we're going to play the long game. We're going to have Denethor throw Steward onto Aragorn. Now that means we are 3 turns away from Sword That Was Broken. We don't have it right now. I guess this guy is an apprentice of the Forge. Yeah. Yes. But now we're going to just start accumulating a, what we would call a significant amount of resources. Sweet. We're showing 5. We do want to quest through here because we're going to get to draw a card. And I want to get probably the ally back. Sorry for bothering you. I want to show... Oh my goodness, you are so nice. They get the special... They get the special ban roll. So let's quest for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got 1, 2. Arwen's gonna go 1, 2. We're gonna give it to Captain Sahir again. We got 1, 2. So that we're questing for 10. All the spoils of being a Twitch streamer. I get really lucky. People want to help me. That's their only motivation, right? There can't be any other reason that they're reaching out, right? Alrighty, we got 10 showing 5. Let's flip into a when revealed, deal 1 damage to each non-objective ally with a printed cost of 2 or less. Place each ally destroyed by this effect on the bottom of the owner's deck. That's gonna kill Master of the Forge, which we're about to draw right back. I think I'm okay with that. I'm gonna save my Test of Will for something else, especially because we're just gonna get Master of the Forge back. And we got a damage here. Okay, so we quested for 10. We're gonna place 5 gets by 2 and goes 3 here, up to 9. This is going to clear. After the player is explored, each player may raise their threat by 2, 1, 2, to draw. Hey, look, Master of the Forge. Surely they're just trying to offer free services. 100%. Yeah, no. I forgot about the low-cost hate in these undead. Yeah. And then this comes in. Cursed Caverns. It's the one that we just had. We're going to go to the... Or do we want to go to the grotto? Yeah, we'll go to the grotto. Or do we want to just draw more cards? I'm just going to draw more cards. And go right back there. Yeah, because it's when it's explored. So actually, hold on. After a double-sided location is explored at the top location from the grotto deck to the staging area. Does it... Can we... Do we add it or do we shuffle first? Or does it matter? It matters, but... They're both forced or when defeated. During the game, locations will often be placed when it is explored if the grotto side is shuffled into the grotto deck. So that to me says that when it's explored, and this is after it's explored. So we do shuffle it in before we reveal the next one. Cool. So we got we're back at the cavern. And we'll stand up. increase our threat. We're at 36, so we're getting into that realm of Loragorn. Hey, we got Sam Gamgee. 1. I think a location is considered explore before leaving play. That's a rule I haven't looked up in a long... Oh, I have no idea. I have no idea at that point. That's weird. That's weird. That's a weird interaction then. Alrighty, so we have got... Let's play Sam. So, oh wait, we'll spend 1 from Frodo to play Sam. After a player raises this threat, player may spend 1 spirit resource to ready Sam, and he gets +1/+1. It's all random anyways, yeah. It kind of matters because I drew the same one, but I assume there's multiple of those in there. We got Sam. Let's go 2 for a Master of the Forge. I'm going to search for Steward of Gondor, Gandalf, Steward of Gondor. Jeez. Okay, we'll take Steward of Gondor. I think there are 2 of each. Gotcha. It is what it is at this point. I'm not 100% sure. Alrighty. I didn't give Loragorn enough. Let's quest. So I started questing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Defense goes to Captain, and then 1, 2. So that puts us at 12. Gonna flip into when revealed, each player must remove a character from the quest. The active location is underwater. Deal 2 damage to each character removed from the quest by this effect. We're gonna remove someone from the quest. Everyone is a 2, so let's just remove Frodo. Actually, it looks like there are 3 cursed caverns. Oh, really? That's good. That's good. So we're showing 10, which is a perfect clear. Okay, so I wish I had, like... Is there a... Explore. Lord of the Rings. That's not going to get me anywhere. LCG. An explored location is any... When a location leaves play because it has enough progress, it counts as explored, regardless of if it was the active location or just being in the staging area. So it does sound like it looks like it leaves play. So when explored, we're going to raise our threat by 2 and draw a Test of Will. That's nice. And we've got Underground Grotto. We'll go to the Underground Grotto. We'll stand up. It's kind of cool that the Deep Knowledge or any Doomed cards can trigger Sam. I don't think I ever realized that. But because after a player raises his threat, Doomed would do that. So Deep Knowledge being an action card, we could play that in the quest phase to ready Sam and give him the +1. And then he would be questing for 3. We would get 2 cards, and then we could. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna draw into another Gimli. Alrighty, give us that sword that was broken, Mr. Master Craftsman. Alrighty, I want the other Master Craftsman. I want the other one. This one does not know how to fish for my swords. Really, I just want the leadership resource icon. I'm not. I mean, like we got 2 Tests of Wills. We do get to reduce the cost of the first. Let's just play Snowborn then. We'll reduce the cost of the first ally, and we will drop one on the temple. I like using Sam with Tactics Boromir for an on-demand red. Oh, because yeah, you raise your threat to. That's cool. That's really, really cool. Sam is relatively new to me, and like there's a lot of ways to raise your own threat, which is pretty cool. Alrighty. Let's so I started questing. Got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. Arwen is going to give Captain Sahir +1 defense. 1, 2. That's 12. Yeah. 12 showing 5. We're going to flip into... When revealed, you cannot flip the active location this round. If the active location is underwater, resolved its forced effect. If there is no underwater active location, powerful Undertow gains Doomed 3 instead. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty. So that's going to clear here. So we quested for 12. We're showing 5, 8. So 4 goes here. Going to take us to 13. Again, we cannot leave until we have some underwater location. Raise your threat, then Loragorn makes all the problems go away. Oh, I guess Sam does get to ready at this point. Yeah. Loragorn fixes a lot of problems. And we got the Cursed Caverns again. We're going to travel here. We're going to stand up. Increase our threat to 43. If we quest through here, that's going to take us to 45, 46, which is probably a Loragorn trigger. We could wait one more round, I guess, because we do have Test of Wills. So we could, if we draw another one of these treacheries, we could save ourselves. Hey, we got an Arwen. This quest gives you a lot of time to build. Like, it's not a punishing quest. Master of the Forge. Hey, there's an Ancient Matham. That's at least nice. I'll grab Ancient Matham. Ancient Matham we can attach to a location. Then after the attached location is explored, we get to draw 3 cards. So we're going to go ahead and spend 1 from Frodo to play Ancient Matham here. And I think we're just hanging out. We could probably start funneling resources over to Miss N. Here you go, Miss N. You can have a resource. Probably should have been doing that earlier, but here we are. Alrighty. I'm guessing our quest points is going to be right around the same of 12. We got 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, of course. 1, 2. This is 3, 4. That's 4. So we're at 13. 13 showing 5. Deal 1 damage to each non-objective ally with a printed cost of 2 or less. I think at this point, we're going to Test of Will this. Just because that's a lot of our allies. That's 1, 2, 3 dead allies. And that's sad. Okay. So we quested for 13, showing 5. 8 rolls through. There's 5 and 3 here. Couple of things happen. So Cursed Caverns. We can raise our threat by 1, 2 to draw Sneak Attack. Ancient Matham is going to trigger, so we get to draw Gandalf, Sam, Stone. These are going to shuffle. I put swords in this deck, right? Like, I'm pretty sure I did. And we got Cursed Cavern again. We're at 45. Okay. We're going to be at 46. I think we go to Cursed Cavern one more time. We can raise our threat by 2. That would take us to 48, 49. We trigger Loragorn. And we will get to choose to trigger this response after we see the treachery card. So we can kind of, we know what's happening. So we'll travel here. We also have a Gandalf. We could sneak attack Gandalf if things are really, really bad and reduce our threat that way. I want to avoid that at all cost, but it is something that we can do. We'll stand up, increase our threat to 46. Draw into sword that was broken. There it is. Pass out some money. And at this point, we are feeling real good. Real good. Alrighty. Let's go 3 to play sword that was broken. Attached hero gains the leadership resource icon. If it's Aragorn, each character gets +1 willpower. Which doesn't matter when we have this guy, but it will matter later. Now, we're going to go ahead and spend 1, 2, 3, 4 to play Faramir. Who has the same kind of ability. I love that you just drew sword instead of Master of the Forge getting it. Yeah, now I kind of wish I had triggered that treachery with the deals of damage to each one of my allies. Oh jeez. We do have a sneak attack. So we have sneak attack Gandalf, a Gandalf play, and then another Gandalf. So we have 3 Gandalf iterations, which can just do a ton of damage. So Captain Sahir doesn't really stand a chance, I don't think. We are gonna Loragorn this turn, which I think we increase our threat before an action window opens up in the refresh phase. Alrighty. Let's win the game. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. I love Voltroning Aragorn. 1, 2. 1, 2. Defense goes to Sahir. Actually, no, this is 1, 2, 3 extra. 1, 2. There's so many. Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3. We're at 16. I don't think I need to do that. And I can do that action after we reveal. That's actually really, I don't think I probably have like dictated that. I don't think I've ever like fully thought through that since Faramir's a fairly good defender, you can wait until after the staging step to trigger Faramir, give everyone the +1 willpower if you need to, or you can hang on to him until after. That's pretty cool. Alrighty, so we're questing for 16. We got a Sea Scorpion. It's gonna be 2. Gets +2. The active location is underwater. So that's 5, 7. So we quest for 9. There's 5 and then 4 here. This is kind of irrelevant. But just in case there's anything that removes progress, I'm going to keep playing it. This triggers. I'm going to trigger the effect to go 1, 2. And draw the bottom card of our deck, which is an Ancient Matham. Nice. You can also give Faramir a ranger bow to deal direct damage if you don't need his... Oh, that's cool. Look at what that is. So I don't think I've used Ranger Bow. Attached to a Ranger character. Yep. Exhaust Ranger Bow and attach character to deal 1 damage to an enemy in this. That's really cool. That's really, really cool. Jared, I like... You have all the cool little fun tricks. I like it. That's clever. And then we're gonna need 1 more of these. Just gonna be an Undersea Grotto. We are going to travel. So while this is the active location, treat each attachment as if its printed text box is blank except for traits. Do we have any leadership things that we want to play this round? Not really. I'm thinking about just going to the temple and busting through and around. Are there any attachments that would be horrendous for? I don't think so. That's actually really bad also to, like, if you have something that's giving you health and you're relying on that. Ooh, that could be bad. Let's go ahead and travel here. So While it is the active location, treat each attachment as if its printed text box is blank, and we also cannot play allies or attachments. If it's the active location at the end of the quest phase, discard one hero resource from each objective ally in each hero's resource pool. Then you can flip it to its grotto side. I think we are in the travel phase, so we should be good there. This will engage us. It does have a +2 attack. Maybe we don't defend with Captain Saheer. I don't have a hasty stroke either. Let's defend with Snowborn. It's gonna be 2. Discard an attachment you control, of course. Of course. Oops. It's gonna be Steward of Gondor. We have another Gondor, or we have another Steward of Gondor in our hand, and we don't need the resources right now. When you play through all the quests, I kept a spreadsheet of all the cards to make sure I had at least tried every card. Oh, that's fun. I know a lot of tricks, but a lot of them are really... but that's the fun. That's the fun part, right? Also, Gimli gets to ready. Okay. So Sea Scorpion, we're going to attack... Oh, I didn't quest with Frodo. 1, 3, 4... 5? Do I really not have enough damage to take out the Sea Scorpion? That's pretty funny, honestly. I'm going to give a resource to Captain Saheer, and then he's going to help take that out. Alrighty. Refresh phase. Increase our threat. We're going to trigger Loragorn to go down to, what was it, 27? Oh, I love it when that happens. And we'll stand up. Also, Snowborn is Snowborn is drowned. Snowborn is drowned. Okay. We will draw into a deep knowledge. We'll pass out money. And we cannot play allies or attachments this round. But we could sneak attack Gandalf, which is kind of funny because you're putting it into play. And this says you cannot play, which is kind of fun. Loragorn's ability feels so good. It really does. You're just like, okay, cool. I'll start playing now. It's like I got my game 1. During game 1, I got to build. And now in game 2, I'm just going to go for it. Alrighty, so we're gonna go directly to quest. We're going to exhaust Faramir. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. We're showing 4. We're questing for 21. That should be enough. And we do have a sneak attack Gandalf if we have something horrible come up. Captain Saheer can also defend for us. What's the Magic the Gathering card that makes you play a sub game? Oh, I have no idea, but that's hilarious. That's really, really funny. It sounds like all the meta games from the pool aspect in Marvel. Okay. I'm good. I'm good with this. I'm good with this. We're showing 4. We're going to flip into a 3. It's a Cave Eel. Cave Eel cannot be engaged unless the active location is underwater, which it is. No, actually, it's not. At the beginning of the encounter phase, return Cave Eel to the staging area unless the active location is underwater. All right, I'm fine with that, actually. So that's showing 5, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 14. So this does have 5 roll over to it. This clears, which is our first, which I can do that. This is our first underwater location. We're going to travel to the grotto. We're not going to trigger the ability to flip it because I want to get my Steward of Gondor back down. Since this is not underwater, we cannot engage here. And so we're just going to stand up. And we'll increase our threat to 28. But now we've got, since we've got that gone, we can actually start messing around with our threat. All right. Increase our threat. We're going to stand up. We're going to draw an Ancient Matham. Gosh, I love it when that happens. And 1. Don't forget to add a new location since it double side. I thought it was... Okay. For some reason, I thought it was only when a grotto was revealed. But that makes sense. You would run out. So that card just... That treachery card just gives you another location you always have to be dealing with. That's kind of crazy. Thank you. For some reason, I thought it was just the grotto. Okay. Let's spend 2 from Denethor to drop a Steward of Gondor onto Loragorn. Let's play Deep Knowledge to draw 2. Very good tail and a sneak attack. Doom 2. Let's play a very good tail. We're going to exhaust Master of the Forge and Sam. Search the top 5 cards of our deck for Faramir, Galadriel's Deep Knowledge, Galadriel's Handmaiden, and a Gandalf. Do we drop Gandalf here? That would be kind of fun. That treachery is the main source of pressure in this quest. It gives you time to build, but you might end up with a lot of location. That's okay. That's fair. I think we drop a Gandalf. Dropping Gandalf for free seems really fun. What do we do with Gandalf, though? Do we draw? Do we take out the Cavial? I'm not too scared of the Cavial, honestly. But it's a direct damage. Yeah, let's do it. We could also just lower our threat. Oh, wait. These are discarded. These are discarded. Yeah. So Gandalf is going to come in. I'm thinking about, I'm just going to draw 3 cards. Snowborn, Bofur, Handmaiden. All right. We've got 3 from Frodo to play Greeting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lower us to 24. We're going to go 2 to play the Handmaiden, which will lower us by 1. We're going to spend 1 to play Ancient Matham here. No. I'm going to spend 1 to play Ancient Matham here. I didn't realize I had 2 of those. And then I think we explore and we just start rolling into the underwater locations. Yeah, we're at a point where we are so built out that we can probably clear those underwater locations in one go. Especially since we have 1, we have Gandalf. We have 2 sneak attacks and a Gandalf, so we have 3 iterations of Gandalf. So we have another Gandalf. We're fine. We're totally fine. We went from 49 threat to almost secrecy in 2 rounds. And honestly, I could have Gandalf to lower myself into secrecy range, which is crazy. Wild. It's wild. Alrighty. Let's freaking quest for a billion. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're actually going to go ahead and exhaust Faramir and give our +1 there as well. We are showing 8. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Defense goes to Captain Sahir. That puts us at 18. We're showing 8. We're good there. So let's go ahead and flip into... You cannot flip the active location this round. Bummer. The active location is underwater. Resolve its force effect. If it's not, it gains Doomed 3. 1, 2, 3. Well, there goes my whole Let's Oh, I probably should have reduced the cost to play. Oh, I didn't play Gandalf. Yeah. Oh well. So we got 18. It's enough. I'm gonna clear this. We can't flip the active location. So we got Underwater Grotto. That at this point, this feels like a win more treachery card. It's like, hey, you can't progress in the quest. You have to build more. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I guess we'll go to the draw cards. Yeah. Alrighty. That's the round. We're gonna increase our threat. Stand up. Oh, and we get to draw 6 cards. That's what it was. Snowborn, Galadriel's, Bofur, Galadriel's Handmaiden. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hasty Stroke. And a Deep Knowledge. Cool. Our hand is now more cards than our deck. Increase our threat, which I just did. And we're standing up. Draw into a Master of the Forge. Fool me once. Pass out money. Gandalf is gone. Yeah, we're just building again, right? I guess we'll go 1. The bad part is if you pull that treachery while an underwater location is active, there's one that deals a bunch of damage, clears your board, so you can't clear it, then damages you again. Oh, geez. Oh, Handmaiden. But they can be canceled, right? Yeah. If it's underwater, resolve its force effect as if it's the end of the quest phase. So yeah, you can test of will it, which is nice. And so I do have 2 test of wills in my hand. I don't think I need to play Deep Knowledge at this point. I feel like we're doing pretty good on card draw. Might as well play Greeting. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take us down to Secrecy. We're going to wait to drop our Snowborn Scout. Next turn, once we have an underwater location, we have 2 Snowborn Scouts. Sam, Gimli. Yeah, we don't really have too much going on, so let's do our questing. Yes, you can cancel. In Nightmare mode, it changes to make the card not be able to be canceled while underwater. Yikes! Woo! That's mean. That's super mean. I love it. We're going to drop Faramir. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Defense goes to Captain Sahir. That's 22. We're fine there. I know you said it on the other morning stream. You said you have the threat tracker, and that thing is beautiful. I've never really seen it before. Oh, it's so pretty. I also have the black one. They are incredibly beautiful. These are from By the Same Token. They're magnetic too, so you can like open these up and like switch them out and stuff. It's so. By the Same Token makes some of the most amazing stuff. I love the new life Nightmare gives easy quest. Good. That's good. Questing for 22. Hey, we got a Soulless Cadaver. While you're engaged with a Soulless Cadaver, your deck cannot be searched. While Soulless Cadaver engages you, place each card in your hand with a printed cost of 2 or less on the bottom of your deck. Alrighty. Well, that's a Gandalf target if I've ever seen one. Okay. So we quested for 22. We're showing 3, 5, 10. So it's clearly enough. I'm not going to trigger the ability there. They are genius for making them wood. If it's a... Yeah, right? We're going to go and flip. So after you travel to Undersea's Grotto, you can flip it to its underwater side. While it's the active location, characters cannot attack. Dark Abyss is the active location at the end of the quest phase. Deal 1 damage to each character in play. Then you may flip Dark Abyss to its Grotto side. Okay, so no attacking. That's fine. Caviel will engage us because we're at 20, and it's underwater now. We'll go ahead and defend with 3 from Sahir, so it's going to be 3, no effect. We cannot attack back, so here we are. Okay. We'll increase our threat, stand up. Nick Fury is Marvel's Gandalf. Yep, 100%. Is Gandalf this game's Nick Fury? Yes. Nick Fury is Marvel's Gandalf. Yes. Yeah, Nick Fury, Red Glove Man, and Gandalf are kind of all the same. But when Gandalf enters play, you can draw 3 cards, deal 4 damage to one enemy play, or reduce your threat by 5. So, yeah, it's very, very similar there. Alrighty. I increase my threat. We're going to draw into a hasty stroke. Pass out some money. We cannot play allies. So when I said I was going to play the Snowborn Scouts next turn, I lied. Because once we have underwater, we cannot play allies or attachments. This is still at 38. We honestly may not even need to deal with that ever. We love high cost, insanely powerful card. Heck yeah, we do. Heck yeah, we do. We're going to dive directly into the quest phase. This is showing 12, which is a good amount. Let's go. Let's place this on, and let's count. We will exhaust Faramir. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Master of the Forge honestly is 1, 2. Sam is 1, 2, 3, 4. Gimli is 1, 2, 3, 4. Arwen is 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to give the defense to Captain Sahir. That's 28. We're showing 7. 19 is also love your playmat for Lord of the Rings. Thank you. Yeah. I think this is from Roland Mats on Etsy. I'm a big fan of this. I'm a big fan of this playmat. It's huge as well. I think it's like 36 by 36 inches. It's wild. We got 28. I'm down with that. I'm gonna flip into a sea scorpion. Okay, so that's 2, 4, 6, 9. So we quest for 19. So this does clear. Okay, we're gonna add in this one. At the beginning of the encounter phase, return Caviel to the staging area unless the active location is underwater. And this is 2. I think we just go for it, right? Like we got this guy, which is annoying. He's gonna come and engage. He's not gonna engage us. We're at 21. He's an engagement cost of 30. We can take out the Caviel. Yeah, let's just. And Gimli's ready. But we can take out the Caviel, right? Like it's 6 damage. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hilariously, we don't have 6, but we can use. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're good. Okay, yeah, we're gonna flip this. Well, it's the active location. Characters cannot ready from card effects. Okay. If it's the active location at the end of the quest phase, each player must discard 1 character, then we can flip it. Ooh, that has a 14. So this stays because it is an underwater location. So it will attack us. We will block with Captain Sahir, which is fine because I actually miscounted, so we're good. So attack for 3, defend for 3, no shadow effect. Then we're going to swing back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is enough to take it out. You need to try Aragorn in a Gondor deck at some point with Sword That Was Broken, Visionary Leadership, and Faramir. All your characters are... Nice. Beast No. Whoa, hey Beast No, how's it going? Been a while. Eyes off the mat. I called dibs 2 years ago. That's funny. Oh my gosh. We'll stand up. Increase our threat. We 22. We're gonna draw into a Darren's Ruins. We could. I mean, like, I don't see any reason to not play Darren's Ruins, right? Let's try it. Darren's Ruins, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. Sword that was broken. And a Very Good Tail. We're going to toss Very Good Tail. We don't have cards in our deck to actually utilize Very Good Tail with. And Sword that was broken, I want to keep it just in case we lose that attachment, because that could be very, very sad. We cannot play allies or attachments. Need to remember that. And we're off. Faramir gets exhausted for his ability. And we're going to quest. So I started questing. We're showing 2, 4, 6, 9. So we have 23 minimum that we need to quest for. Which seems very, very doable, right? But then we're going to get Captain Saheer. So we might as well quest with him. 1, 2. And then this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. We're going to sneak attack Gandalf in, which is going to help with our block for Captain or attack. Either way. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll give the defense to Denethor. That's 28. That should be enough. We needed 23, so there's not a 5 in here, so we should be good. Let's go. You cannot flip the active location this round. If the active location is underwater, resolve its forced effect if it's the end of the quest phase. We have to discard a character. I'm okay with that. We're going to discard Master of the Forge. And our quest goes down by 2. So we're still questing for 26. Which is good enough to clear here. Which is going to push us here. And then this gets added. In the center of the shrine, reverently placed on a large altar, lies a long black chest. As soon as you get close, Saheer knocks one of the heroes over and grabs it. Make the set aside Shrine to Morgoth the active location. Grotto side face up. So Shrine to Morgoth cannot have attachments and cannot enter the staging area. At the beginning of the quest phase, flip Shrine to Morgoth to its underwater side without removing its progress tokens. When Shrine to Morgoth is placed into the victory display, the players have escaped the flooded grotto and win the game. Doing well! Haven't been able to participate in a lot of gaming recently, but I wanted to stop by and say, hey, glad to see Lord of the Rings on the table. Well, hope everything's doing well. And I'm excited to have Lord of the Rings back on the table. So I think we don't need that anymore. This is an 18 quest point. Captain Saheer flips to his enemy side, removing all tokens. Oh my goodness, he's back. And makes an immediate attack against the first player. He attacks for 6. Huh. Remove Captain Saheer from the game. I think we're just going to toss Denethor to the wind. It's going to be 6. That's going to take Denethor out, but... No, actually, no. Just kidding. We're going to defend with Frodo, and then the 6 damage is going to be threat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Puts us at 28. Yeah. Much better. Remove Captain Saheer from... Remove him from the game. Oh, so he just attacks and leaves. Huh, okay. For some reason, I thought we'd have to deal with him. We're going to look for an undead enemy and add it to the staging area and shuffle the encounter deck. While an underwater location is the active location, we cannot play attachments or allies. Miss N is a good blocker since she can defend for her. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, she can just... Because you can pump up her defense with the resources. I'm going to honestly grab the Drowned Dead. because defending with an ally now, we'll put it on the bottom of our deck, and we're about to not be able to draw anything. And so this is actually going to give us a card to draw. Alrighty, I'm going to just turn these sideways. Okay. We are at 28, so nothing engages us. We're going to keep it like that. Right? Yeah, we're going to just keep it. We're going to go ahead and sneak attack Gandalf to take this guy out. But we're just going to do that in the round before we end the round, because I want to get him out. I'm going to sneak attack Gandalf again, which will take one of these guys out. So now we will end the round. We'll raise our threat and stand up. We actually are going to just play Gandalf this round, because if there is a world where we don't push through this quest, we can still sneak attack Gandalf the next round, because we won't be able to play a card, but we will be able to put a card into play. So we will play Gandalf instead of sneak attacking Gandalf next round. Knowing that, I probably should have played a Gandalf last turn, but we're good. We're good. Okay. Increase our threat. I'm going to draw into a... Hey, there's a sneak attack. Pass out money. Are there any attachments or anything that we need to do or play? I guess we might as well... I'm going to drop Bofer, because we're not underwater yet. I'm going to drop a Snowborn Scout. Place one there. Play a Snowborn... Oh, well, might as well use this. Play a Snowborn Scout to place one here. And we will spend 3, 4, 5 to play Gandalf. We'll deal 4 damage here. Might as well drop the Master of the Forge. And that's what we got. Alrighty. Let's see how much we can quest for, because this is gonna be close to a record, I think. We're gonna turn Faramir on. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2. 2. 4. We're gonna give the defense to Denethor. And then this is flipping here. If it's the active location at the end of the quest phase, raise each player's threat by 5. Okay. So we're questing for 46. We do have a test of will. Let's just go 3 here. And let's go 3 here. Now, is this a bad idea? Probably. But I guess we have Frodo that we can chump for. So we're questing for 52. I'm going to flip into Wind Reveal. Each player must remove a character from the quest. If the active location is underwater, deal 2 damage to each character removed from the quest by this effect. Oof, we're gonna test of will that. Cancel. And 52. We got 2, 4, 6, 9. So 43 goes through, which is just barely enough to clear the 18. I guess the 16. There you go. Yeah, that quest gave me a good long while to build. I felt like there was very little pressure, and since you could kind of determine when your pressure was going to hit, you could just build. You could just build like crazy. Like, that being said, it's always kind of fun to have one of these quests where you can just destroy the quest and have fun with it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Alrighty, that means we get to open some stuff. We're gonna open the adventure pack first. I'm gonna go to my be right back screen. I'm gonna clear this table up a little bit, and then we're gonna see some new cards, which is, I like playing the game, but I really like new cards. New cards are a ton of fun. So I appreciate y'all. I will see you very soon. Don't go anywhere. See you.